I loved Wonder Woman.
I think it was
the first one. Sorry. Oh, were you trying to do the joke?
I was trying to get
my lesson.
joke.
I learned my lesson. You see, people got confused during our Wonder Woman 1984 review because I was singing praises about Wonder Woman, and they're like, how can you like Wonder Woman 1984 so much? You're a shill. They paid you, didn't they? I'm like, I was talking about the first movie, you dolt. And the second movie I went off on for like 20 minutes. I don't understand. Like, Wonder Woman 1984. I did not like that movie at all. My joke in the review of Wonder Woman 1984 was this. Like any film with a lot of expectation, you have some things that are disappointing and some things that are like pleasant surprises. For example, like going into the film, I was apprehensive about Kristen Wiig, the cheetah, and the visual effects there. And then in the film, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. But one of the minor disappointments of the film was the movie. And then you laughed, and like, just, you know, but like bigger than that. So, how Wonder Woman 1984 should have ended, from How It Should Have Ended's YouTube channel. Thank you so much, How It Should Have Ended, for allowing us to react to this. Very, very much appreciated. By the way, I'm Jaby Koay. This is Achara Kirk.
What's up?
I forgot to say our names.
Yes, in case you didn't know.
Right.
Now you do.
Yes. And so here we go. Goodness me.
Somehow that woman from the museum is destroying my convoy.
That was a cool part, though.
She could kill us all. Don't you just wish she would disappear?
Oh my God! I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that.
I know. And not just out of thin air, but in another man's body at that.
I know.
So weird.
Okay, let's do it.
But I'm in another man's body.
So?
So that seems a little wrong, don't you think? How do we even know this isn't against his will?
Oh, I guess you're right. Okay, we won't do it. Whew, that could have seriously wrecked my reputation.
Oh my God.
I wish to be you, the Dreamstone itself.
And he turns into a stone.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. I'm like, why wouldn't you just turn into the stone?
Okay, let's get this bird up in the air, shall we? Let's see.
You know how to fly?
So many buttons. Engine, here we go. Nothing's happening. It ain't got no gas in it. Oh. Because this is a museum. Okay, we managed to get this museum jet off the ground. Now all we gotta do is fly to Egypt. Let's see, how far away is it?
About 6,000 miles.
All right, and how far can we get on a tank of gas?
About 1,000 miles.
Well, poop, Diana!
Diana's
Okay, I'm sure all
airplane. I'm
planes
sure
are
this
still
is
safe
magic.
as we were in 1918. Let's just let her rip. My only cat is back!
Barbara? Yeah? Are you a cat now?
Yeah, I'm a cat. What are you, a bird now?
No.
You have wings, though. You're flying.
It's just special armor. I don't actually need the wings to fly. I'm sorry. Did you wish to become a cat?
I actually wish to be like you.
Why are you a cat then?
Max gave me an upgrade, so technically that makes me stronger than you now.
No.
Stop flying and come down here so I can scratch you.
No, I don't think I will.
Fine, I'll just fly up to you then.
Cats can't fly, Barbara.
Here I come.
Oh, could I?
And then I destroyed her. You know, as cats do when it comes to wimpy little birds.
So then what happened?
Well, look around. After that, I granted everyone's wishes, but obviously it came at a price.
Tell me about it. I wished for another Death Star, and it already exploded.
I wish to be immortalized in a live-action motion picture.
What did it cost?
I don't know yet, but I'm really excited to see my image properly represented.
I wished for all of the money in the world.
You jerk! If you take all the money, I can't afford to run my dojo! Yeah!
I wish for a rematch.
This is so random.
I'll beat him next time. It's not like he's going to kill me. I wish to hang out with Mommy again. Isn't she the best?
Apparently the details are really important with these wishes.
This wishing thing is bullcrap. I wished for 2 wives with green eyes. I didn't know I needed to specify the location of the eyes for each of them.
What the hell?
What happened to the other eyes? I'll tell you where they went.
Yeah. What about you? What did you wish for?
I didn't wish for anything. All this chaos, I could wish for anything more.
Random.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sweet. Defending your love, huh? What do you wish for? Do you want to be a real boy? Well, that's a really weird thing to say to someone you don't even know. But if you're saying I get a wish, I wish for all of the wishes to be undone. Oh, damn.
So Steve sacrificed himself to save the world. Again.
So then what happened?
Well, then I smashed the stone to bits with my sword and shield. Because I remembered, hey, I have these things. I should use them.
And then?
After that, I took Handsome Man home. Boy, did he have a lot of questions. None of which I ever answered.
What the heck?
Poor Handsome Man.
His name is Handsome Man?
Yup.
That seems really off-brand.
I'm just thankful for Steve/Handsome Man's sacrifice. Otherwise, who knows how many people I'd have to convince to renounce their wishes.
Yeah, that sounds very unlikely.
I know. What if someone wished for something selfless like world peace? How do you explain to someone that a heroic wish is a bad thing?
Speaking of which, does that mean Steve had to pay a price for his wish, or Handsome Man?
Oh, Handsome Man really got screwed in this story. By me and the wish consequence. In fact, you might want to start calling him by his new name, Shriveled Face Man.
This all sounds really messed up.
Well, if anyone gets really upset about it, we can just do it over and act like the first time didn't count.
I'm sorry, what?
Beep, Diana, it's time.
Speaking of which, I gotta do this thing over and act like the first time didn't count.
Hey, Asteria. Looking good. You want to get in on this action? Have a sweet slice of the Snyder cut? Hop in, I'll take you there. You can bring that foxy gold armor that looks like Farah from Overwatch.
Do you mind if
Please, be my guest.
And then after, maybe, get to know my secret identity.
Why?
So, my Batmobile's in the shop. Do you think I could get a lift?
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Easy. Holy crap, how long is that left?
How long is the last I'm glad they got Batman in there.
Yeah.
That whole bit with like all the villains and stuff was so random.
Yeah.
It went on for a while.
Hey, you guys going out to space to smile for the camera?
We got more. No.
Sir,
What is it now?
your son is here.
This child is good. But he could be better.
That was brilliant. I love that.
That very first one messed me up. That messed me up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That just messed me up. I was like, that whole time. It's one of those powers that is just, it creates way too many holes.
Yeah, just too much, because you could literally just wish for anything.
Well, that was my issue with, I mean, I know that I'm gonna get shit for this from all the HP fans, but that was my issue with Hermione and the clock thing on her neck in book 3. Like,
Right.
she could just turn back time anytime, and I'm like, no, you're just introducing too many questions now. Like, why isn't that used all the time? And why can't you? Never mind, that's just gonna take me down the wrong path here. All I'm saying is, like, anytime you have wishes or time travel, you have to be very, very careful and very specific about the limitations. Otherwise, it just introduces way too many questions and way too many plot holes, and that's exactly what happened there. I'm like, oh yeah, like, he could have easily just done that, and the movie would have been a wrap.
When you start kind of getting into the nitty gritty of it, it's just like, okay, yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, I didn't even think about that specific one when we were watching the film. It was just like, okay, yeah, it's a movie. But like, when you break it down like that, it's like, that is the most obvious thing.
Right.
Just wish her gone.
I mean, it all sort of washes over you with all the noise and the music and the action.
And the coolness.
Like, it's somewhat refrigerator logic, but once it's pointed out to me like it was here, now I can't unknow that, and there's no way to like turn back the clock on that one.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever it was. What's the thing called in
I can't remember.
Hermione's necklace? This whole thing with the dude being used for Wonder Woman's loins.
I mean, I do imagine that would have been what it was like in his mind.
It is sort of making fun of, it's doing both jokes at the same time, because it's going, this is wrong, but also, is it that wrong? Because
yeah, it's like, would you say no though?
Yeah.
To like, you know, getting to tap Wonder Woman,
yeah.
You know what?
But and now with that, what they were showing you is like the inside out voices in his head.
Yeah.
Like that's where he's stuck. They established at the end of the film that he doesn't know who she is. He was literally just being used. He had no say-so in the matter.
Yeah, but we know that consent is very important.
Right, it messed me up. I was like, this is the R word, like hardcore, right? He was totally used. That being said, would he have minded if you found out? Like,
unless he was not into attractive brunette women, then, you know,
I mean, that's not the point, right? The point isn't that he would have said yes anyway. The point is that it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's wrong. But I think he would have been fine with it. This whole thing with the jet, apparently these sorts of jets don't even exist in real life where it's a two-person thing. It's usually like one person in front, one person in back.
Oh,
like
okay,
it was literally,
it was
like
made for the movie.
It was made for the film, and the fact that it had any gas in it was questionable. The fact that it got as far as it did was questionable.
Well, yeah, that's what I was kind of having that a little bit at the back of my mind when I was watching the film, but once again, it's one of those things that's like a fleeting thought, and then you just kind of get into the movie and you're like, never mind.
Right. Well, the thing about it is, what is the limitation of her powers? It showed her like messing with the invisibility cloak thing to make her plane invisible. I'm like, okay, so can she make it fly further?
Yeah.
Because she's got the power to fly. Like, where does her power stop? They've never established that she could do that.
Yeah, and then all this stuff, it's like, oh yeah, you know, he's been dead for a really, really long time. Technology has just jumped in leaps and bounds, and suddenly it's like, well, you know, it's kind of just like riding a bicycle, right? Like, I know how to fly this plane because I could fly a plane back in, you know, the First World War. It's like, yeah, no, probably not.
This whole thing, you know what I was thinking about when they showed Diana with the wings and whatnot? I immediately was going, I can't be the only person who's played God of War. I'm sure lots of people who were working on this film have played God of War. How come no one suggested a Valkyrie-style fight where Diana's got these wings that like do these things that are cool, and like it's a shield and it's a weapon at the same time? And it seemed like it was so heavily underused to have this whole epic deal with this outfit.
It really was.
Why not like borrow from God of War? Because like the Valkyries were dope as hell in that game, and it was a similar kind of outfit with the wings and whatnot, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, considering how cool the action was in the first movie, they kind of missed the mark with the action in the second one. Like, there were some cool things, like that jump that she does over the truck that they showed in the beginning of this. Like, that was pretty cool, I thought. Cool. But, you know, in terms of the movement and the fight scenes and stuff like that, like, they missed out on a lot of opportunities to make it really, really cool, you know? And the thing with, I forget Pedro Pascal's character, but when he's like, I wish to be the wish stone. In the movie, I did kind of think, it's just gonna turn into a rock now? Like, why would you wish that? To be an inanimate object?
Well, what he should have wished for was the powers of the wish stone.
Yeah. It's like, I want to be you.
That would have made more sense. You know, and the movie is just, it's fantastic. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that. And thank you to How It Should Have Ended for allowing us to react to this. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, this was, yes. I was just gonna make another comment about the stuff with the villain. I was like, it got lost in the weeds there for a second, for me anyway. I'm like, what's going on here? It was just like a long, not diversion, detour. You know, I'm like, what's that? Okay. Anyway, I enjoyed it nonetheless. Thanks so much. And I'm Jaby Koay, this is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.